Key West, the southernmost point in the continental United States, is about 4 miles long and 2 miles wide. Cayo Hueso is the original Spanish name for the island of Key West. It literally means bone key. It's said the island was littered with the remains from a Native American battlefield or burial ground. The most widely accepted theory of how the name changed to Key West is that it's a false friend anglicization of the word, on the ground that the word hueso sounds like west in English. Old Town is the name given to the historic district of the island of Key West, Florida. It's basically the western half of the island with the exception of the historic Seaport District. It's where the central business district and the majority of tourist attractions are located. Housed in the historic Armory building, the studios of Key West offer studio space, lectures, workshops, residencies, and partnership projects. The Studios of Key West is a professional nonprofit cultural organization. The building was originally built in 1900 as the drill hall and armory for the Florida State Militia. It completed major renovation and historic preservation efforts on the building in 2006, and now the armory has become a cultural hub for residents and visitors. Ash Street is close to and parallel to White Street in Old Town. Catholic Lane is very close to the historic Key West Cemetery, which was established in 1847 and occupies 19 acres. A number of residential streets surround the cemetery. Key West offers a number of neighborhood restaurants such as Finnegan's Wake, where the accent is distinctly Irish and British. The steam plant condos are of recent construction close to the harbor on Grinnell Street. Carolyn Street is a mix of commercial business and residences. The Tropic is an independent movie theater showing the best in film, including independent, foreign, and mainstream Hollywood. It's also used for a variety of local events, including parties and lectures. Café Soleil is another neighborhood restaurant. Here, French and Caribbean cuisine meet. Duval Street is the main tourist thoroughfare in Key West. Upper Duval, toward the Atlantic end, is home to art galleries, restaurants, and boutiques. This is South Street, and that's the southernmost point marker at the lower left, a very popular spot for tourist photos. The U.S. Navy has a long-standing and significant presence in Key West. Bahama Village was originally a neighborhood populated by Bahamians who emigrated to Key West. Truman Annex is both a neighborhood and military installation. The annex got its start in 1845 as part of Fort Zachary Taylor, a U.S. Army installation. New docks were added in 1932 to make it a home base for submarines. The base was eventually taken over in 1947 as Fort Zachary Taylor annexed to Naval Station, Key West. The base was mostly decommissioned in 1974. The area around Fort Taylor is now under the control of the state of Florida as Fort Zachary Taylor State Park. Much of the annex was sold to private developers who have made it a gated residential community. Here we are by the Little White House. Several U.S. presidents have visited Key West, including Harry Truman, Dwight Eisenhower, John F. Kennedy, and Jimmy Carter. The house was built in 1890 as the first officers' quarters on the submarine-based naval station. The first president to visit was William Howard Taft in 1912. He arrived via Flagler's Overseas Railroad and sailed to Panama to inspect the canal then under construction. During World War I, Thomas Edison resided in the house while donating his service to the war effort. He perfected 41 weapons during his 6-month stay. We hope you enjoyed this glimpse of Old Town Key West's neighborhoods. Be sure to visit our video of Key West's Newtown and Casa Marina area, as well as those for other Keys locales, and visit realestatefloridakeys.com for additional information about Key West and Florida Keys real estate.